Fortunately, we found literature, De Baliotti and Lorusso in 2017. Those authors are architects. It's either architects or having a master's in architecture. Si De Baliotti is a lead architect. Lead, L-E-E-D. Alam niyo yung lead, ano? Hindi, L-E-E-D. Lead is an organization, a standardized organization um, in the whole world where you can find guidelines on how to make your building sustainable. So last year I am applying for lead as a lead architect because I am qualified, no. But again, busy, no. Yeah. Kaya ayoko nang magturo ng thesis. Nakaka-drain, no? Anyway, let's continue. So these two authors, they investigated healthcare facilities, how to design healthcare facilities. Now they will show us how to make a systematic literature review. So this is in the viewpoint of architects. So it is sometimes unique or differ in other methods of literature review, but again it has similarities. But in cases of historical research as well as correlational research, there would be slight changes, but again, the method of literature review is still similar. Now, let's continue. So let's define first what is LR, or literature review. So a literature review is a critical and systematic summary and evaluation of existing research studies, articles, books, and other sources on a specific topic or RQ, or research question. Now, class, a literature review, it's not only merely reading the material. No, it's not only reading the material. You need to understand it. You need to summarize it. You need to criticize it. So in the literature that you will see, by reading onto it, you will understand the different gaps that are present in the literature. So an example of a research gap is something that they cannot answer at present. No? For example, ang current na research gap, especially in exploration on Mars, ang question dun, nagkaroon ba ng buhay sa Mars? That is a very deep research question, and NASA has been studying it for decades. No? So that is a literature. If you want to study also explorations on Mars, there are articles out there, open articles. No? The latest that I have read on the exploration on Mars is the presence of water. No? The history of water levels in Mars. Meron. Because of the geologic features in Mars. So those things, those gaps are being reviewed. And also, there are literatures that are not perfect, no, in nature, especially books. Books are not peer-reviewed. So kahit sino dyan, kahit kayo, pwede kayong magsulat ng libro. No? Kaya nga yung may sinasabing book review eh. No? Gumawa na kayo ng book review? Hindi pa. Posible Nag-element nung high school nyo? Book review? Elfili? Elfili, mister ko Tignan mo. Hindi. Ipo nga darna na ano na review nyo? I mean review, you write about it. Asus. Nagpapasa kayo ng Rotten Tomatoes. Na, Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is a good example of review of a movie, of a film. It is similar with book review. A book review can be one paragraph or two paragraphs. No? So that is an example of reviewing a book. Because that is not peer reviewed. It can be published by anybody. No? Unlike articles, research studies and articles. Sa Japan nga mag-submit lang ako ng preprint ko, ang hirap i-publish. No? Nakita nyo naman na 'yon. No, yung mga sinesend, yung mga ina-upload ng Japanese agency na articles ko. Yun pa lang, submission portion pa lang, hirap na pumasa. No? So, in article reviews, those are being reviewed by other scholars, by blind reviewers. We call them blind reviewers. Sometimes it's too difficult. No, I remember my article in Filipiniana Sacra Journal. 2 years na siya na nasa review. No, that's I mean, i-review muna nila bago nila i-publish. No? So, we respect also the writers of the articles, especially research studies and articles. But books can be criticized, but this one, research studies and articles can be criticized, but be fair. No? Be fair, be objective about it. No, hindi yung may nakita ka lang wrong grammar niya yun nang i-highlight mo sa literature review mo. Yun yung susulat mo. Yun ang isusulat mo sa thesis mo or sa article mo. Naintindihan niyo ako? So be objective, be fair when you will conduct your literature review. In architecture, there are articles that are published by architects and by architecture students. You can find in the Philippines, one of the best journals would be Muhon in UP Diliman. Na ano nyo na yun? Na-encounter nyo na yung journal na yun? Muhon. M-U-H-O-N. Muhon. Peer-reviewed din siya, pero hindi siya Scopus Index. Hindi siya naka-index sa International Indexing on Scientific Papers. So, peer-reviewed siya in a national level. No? Sometimes, or most of the time, architecture students in thesis, they review articles by Architizer ba yun? Architizer, Dezin, ganun. Nakikita nyo yun? Yung mga yun na article, hindi. Sa Facebook? Hindi. There are websites that features architectural design. So most of the time, architecture students use those. But in UP Diliman, they do not allow it. Sometimes those are biased articles. No? Unang bullet pa lang pala. Bayan. Second would be, it involves identifying, analyzing, and synthesizing and interpreting relevant literature to provide comprehensive overview of the current state of knowledge in a particular field or subject area. Now, we are talking about literature review here in a specific study. In your study, you will try to find the current state or the current situation of the study. Now, dito ako nagagalit lagi. Bakit natin ililimit ang literature review in 5 years? No? Bakit natin ililimit ang literature review for articles in 10 years? No? Because 5 to 10 years or even 40 years of research, you can find important points or important um, milestones in each decade or each 5 years. There are important points that is happening in academic research and scientific research. So wag nating i-limit. There's no limit actually. There's no rule on that. Mga scientists nga ngayon kahit 1895 sinasite nila nililiterature review pa rin nila. Because it is part of closing the gap in understanding in a specific field. So you identify, analyze, and synthesize. Yung mga yun na body of knowledge class, we respect them because naghirap yung nag-research. Kung wala ang mga yan, kung wala ang naunang mga nag-research, ano ang pagbabasehan mo? So those things, no, that's why I am wondering why some people are limiting and even requiring students in 5 to 10 years academic research. No? Feeling. No? Akala mo kung may na-publish na. Charot lang. Akala mo kung may na-publish na. That's why, in Greek philosophy Greek philo, and even by Sir Isaac Newton, alam nyo ang kataga nila yan. Alam niyo ang kataga nila. You know Isaac Newton, right? Alam niyo, no? 16th century yan na scientist. Hindi last 18th century pa lang yan. 16th century yan. Sir Isaac Newton was quoted, "I stand in the shoulder of giants." I stand in the shoulders of giants. Ibig sabihin, ikaw na current na nag-aaral ng isang field, hindi ka umabot sa ganyang level kung wala kang tinutungtungan na nauna sa iyo. No? So, let's be humble and let's stop the arrogance of limiting academic research in years. No? May na-publish na. Charot lang mag-edit na naman ako ng audio. Huwag na lang. Para marinig niya. No? So those things. No? So, identify the milestones. Identify the milestones. So, in 100 years, for example, in 100 years, kailan mo makikita ang mga important na discoveries? How did the understanding change? And how did the science evolve? No? So, evolve in its understanding, and sometimes they disagreed in a previous understanding. A good example would be ilang years na? 15 years ago? 20 years ago. Na-demote ang Pluto na planet. Nabalitaan nyo yun. Na-demote ang Pluto. Sino ang nag-demote sa Pluto na planet? Mga astronomer. No? Previously, basta ang isang object, isang celestial body, umiikot sa sun, planet yun. Minsan mas malaki pa ang asteroid kaysa sa Pluto. No? At saka ang Pluto, iba ang orbit. So merong metrics para mag-identify ng planet. No? So those things, no, sometimes we contradict ourselves. But that contradiction helps us in developing the current understanding. No? I hope that is clear. Kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng understanding on green design, Ano pa? Sabi nga nila, gas-gas eh. Huwag ka nga arrogant. Gas-gas na daw ang green design. Ano pa yun? Paulit-ulit na na-research yan. Totoo ba? No? Tumigil nga kayo. Gas-gas na daw ang green design. Tumigil nga kayo. Ano pa yung sinasabi nila sa sustainable architecture? Wala na bang bago? No? Pero in their contribution to sustainable architecture, wala pa. No? So those things, no? Try mo sabihin yan sa may mga PhD ng sustainable architecture. Takpalan ka nila, no? Try mo sabihin sa international na conference yan. That's why in my case na nag-specialize in sustainable architecture, hindi ako tumitigil, no? Kahapon nga hindi ako maka-apply doon sa conference na gusto kong salihan. No? So those things, even if the study is it looks like being established, you continue to criticize it. So that's what we call critical analysis, no? Or critical thinking. Tanungin nyo lahat ng pwedeng itanong. Na, you criticize all that can be criticized. Ha? The third is, kaya nga, ang dami kong kaaway, ano? Puro tanong. Makikilala mo ang isang tao in what he asks, not in his questions. Not in his answers. Ganun lagi yan. So please remember this, itong kataga na yan. Stand in the shoulder of giants. Actually, pagka pupunta kayong Google Scholar, yan ang quotation niya. Punta kayong Google Scholar, stand in the shoulder of giants din pala. Na? The third question, the third point here is, it's RRL or literature review serves as a foundation for new research by providing a synthesis of existing knowledge, informing the research design, and guiding the direction of future investigations in the field. Serves as a foundation. Kaya nga proud ako nung tinapos kong master's thesis ko eh. Proud ako. Hindi ako nahihiya. Nominate pa na best thesis sa Mapua. Pero, ito yung point. May bago na lumabas na understanding in sustainable architecture. Ng ethno-sustainability. Wala pang nagre-research about it. Konti pa lang. O dauna ako. In that case. So, yung current na, sige, ilagay na natin sa audio. Yung current na requirement ko sa pag-apply ng PhD is to do the introduction of my dissertation. So, I'm currently doing my dissertation na. So, yun nga, it serves as a foundation, but it is based on existing understanding. So, paano nangyayari yun? Pwede nyong pagbanggain mga concept. Familiar kayo sa Venn diagram? Familiar kayo, Familiar kayo kay Venman? Hindi kayo familiar? Venman, siya? Parang superhero siya. Totoo. Di kayo familiar? Diba ganyan? Ganyan. Paano na-create si Venman? Nagganyan. Nag-overlap siya. Tapos ito siya. Yan siya. Ito si Venman. Hindi nyo alam yan? It is by Malix Abrera. Galing nito eh. Galing ng concept na to eh. Sigat to? May comics ka? Wala. May 16 yata ako sa bahay eh. Si Venman, pagka may away-away, pumupunta siya, tapos i-reconcile nila yung kasi alam niya lahat na, ay, ito yung ito yung pagkakatulad nyo. So, siya yung magre-resolve. So, yan ang Venn-man na sinasabi. So, ang Venn diagram class, it is a good way in understanding a concept through reviewing other existing body of knowledge. May nakita ako the diagram on Ikigai ng Japanese. Ang ganda ng Venn diagram ng Ikigai, no? Yung passion mo, yung mission mo, tapos yung nababayaran ka, yun yung Ikigai mo daw. Academe yata ang Ikigai ko no? Pero alis din ako dito sa academe, no? But then again, in your case, Venn diagram is the best way in understanding commonalities, correlations of understandings in a certain field. Kaya nga pinagbangga-bangga ako na lang yung mga factors ko nun para makakita ako ng commonalities nila. No? Familiar naman kayo sa Venn diagram, right? No? Napanood nyo na ang Dark sa Netflix. Lupit, no? Parang Venn diagram yung buong series. 3 series, no? Di mo tinapos? Tapusin mo, malupit yun. Series sa Netflix. Yan, masisira na naman ng academics nyo dahil dyan. Nonood na naman kayo. Pero ang ganda ng gaganon lang yung buong series. Mabalik-balik. So, yun ang I am not saying that you should watch it, but again, it provides you a philosophical context on how we see commonalities with each other. Na? Halimbawa, anong commonality namin ni William? William, anong commonality natin? No? Pogi? Masyado namang mataas yung standard ni yung mga yun, na ano ba yan? First slide pa lang. Ngayon, because this is a basis for you to create a foundation of your research, to create a foundation for future researchers, you have this goal of closing gaps. Maririnig yata sa PowerPoint ko yan. Isang slide pa lang. Ayan. You have this objective or you have this goal of closing gaps in research. So for example, in my case, in my master's, wala pang systematic. Meron nang naunang mga nag-research sa architecture ng Ngitawid. Pero saan yung systematic talaga? Talagang igugrupon mo lahat. So yun ang sinara ng research. You close a gap in a certain architectural field. So that is your case. Even in COVID, the gap in COVID would be paano tayo makagawa ng vaccine in a short period of time. You know, this is a good example of doing literature review, and even the same scientists, because the ones who develop the vaccines of COVID are the ones that were involved in the study of SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome. Sige nga, magtitiwala ba kayo kung ang gumagawa ng research sa COVID architect? Di So yung mga naunang mga scientists na nag-study ng SARS, ng mga epidemics, sila yung nag-research kagad ng COVID in their own personal risk. Kawawa naman, daming namatay. No? So yun. So kung gusto niyo pang doktor kayo. Epidemiology ang specialization niyo. PhD kayo sa epidemiology. Na? Puro sakit, puro epidemic yung aaralin nyo. Saan na tayo? So yun, i-close mo yung gap. You close the gap in understanding. So you are the bridge. No? You are the bridge between two differing opinions or two points that needs to be clarified. A good example of a picture, no? Ito yung mga meme ng mga scientists to. The gap in the literature filled by my thesis. Ito. Yan lang. Ganyan lang daw ka-close yung gap na. But it's still you're filling the gap. Ha? Ganan, ha? Zoom ko nga to para maintindihan nyo. Ay, wag na. Kitang-kita naman. Now, what are the primary objectives of literature review? This is where we use literature matrix, ha? But in the gaps of LR or in the objectives of LR, you try to identify key concepts, theories, methods, or methodologies, and findings related to the research topic. Findings, especially findings, no? Yung ibang gumagawa ng quantitative research, findings ang hinahanap nila kaagad. Now, you can find those inside the research. So, i-branch out ninyo or putol-putulin nyo, basag-basagin nyo yung research nila. Tapos, try nyo hanapin yung concepts, theories, and methodologies. How did they conduct this study? And even the findings. Findings of other researchers are also used as your data. You just cite them immediately. Naintindihan nyo? Example. I want to give you an example. This is an example of a research by my student. He is trying to find out the temperature of firing a clay to create a clay brick. No, ito yung sabi ko sa kanya. Mag-literature review ka na lang. Ito yung lilitaw sa iyo. I-tabulate mo temperature tapos i-cite mo kung saan galing yung data. That is an example of literature review but also used as a data. No, as a data set. So for example, Coca 2019 Perlas 1803. Kalubong 1993. O yan. Ano ang temperature ng brick? Para makagawa ka ng brick, ano yung temperature na lilitaw? For example, kay Coca, 440 degrees Celsius. Kay Perlas, dahil wala pang ganang instrumento nun, 200 degrees. Tapos may asterisk dyan. Ilagay mo dito sa asterisk. Estimate. No instrument. Available. Mano. No scientific instrument available. Kay Kalubong 1993, 332 degrees Celsius. So those things can be found on the literature and you can summarize it again. That is literature review as a data set. Ah, ito. So, ang gagawin nyo class, ang gagawin nyo pag mag-literature review, be resourceful. Be resourceful on doing literature review. Because if you are not being resourceful, you will find yourself in a rabbit hole. No? Hindi ka makalabas-labas sa ano mo, sa sinimulan mo. No, it's better for you to base on previous studies. No? Paano kung nagkataon na iisang lugar lang to? No? Paano kung nagkataon na ganun? Northern Luzon lahat tong samples. Ibig sabihin, pwede mo siyang i-average pa. So, ano yung mean nito? Ano yung mean? Ano yung average nito? So, paano kung nagkataon na ganun? Di, ang dami mong natapos na research. No? Ang dami mong naisara na gaps in the literature. So, this is literature as a source of data. No? May papakita ko sa inyo mamaya. No? Pero sana wag mo offend yung mga lalaki. Ano? No? Papakita ko sa inyo mamaya. Ano ang average ng ano? Mamaya, napin ko. Magandang example yun. No? Yung application yun is psychological therapy to people na ganun. May problema sa ganun. Ano ba yan? Pangalawang ano pa lang. Hindi na tayo lumalayo. Daming kwento. No, teka lang. Wala pa akong sinasabi Alberto, evaluate the quality, credibility, and relevance. Now, especially credibility. Because credibility will also do some power in your research. For example, in credibility, there are journals that are not scientific. No, it is not peer-reviewed enough. Magugulat ka lang, March sinabit yung paper na published April. Bilis. No? Pero ang normal na peer review, ang pinakamabilis 6 months. No? Yung talagang tatantarin yung papel. No? So be careful on those. Careful. Ito relevance self-explanatory because you need to understand that in doing literature review, it should be relevant to the topic, should be directly connected. Now, in one of my panelists before, kahit 1980 pa yung literature mo, basta yan ang pinakamalapit, you can use it. No? So, identified gaps, inconsistencies, areas for further research. These things can be seen in the recommendation section, even in the conclusions. For example, in recommendations, you will see that meron silang there are things that they cannot answer. For example, the study is limited only to ganun. Yung mga ganun na statements, nagpapakita na it shows that there are gaps. There are areas to be looked on. So ito yung sa bullet 3. You can find it in the recommendations section. Actually, in my master's thesis, mahaba yung recommendations ko. Because there are many gaps in the literature. For example, support by government. Isang magandang gap yun that should be filled immediately. The fourth is provide theoretical framework or context for a research study. Now, literature review is your source in doing your theoretical framework, your working theory, your theoretical underpinning. That would be the basis of your research process. Ito yung nakakalimutan ng mga thesis students. Theoretical framework. Ano ang theoretical framework? Nga. No, ang alam lang nila conceptual framework. The difference of theoretical framework and conceptual framework again is that conceptual framework is your theory, is your framework in doing the research, whereas theoretical framework is your basis from the literature that you have taken. Huh? An example would be how to do ethnography, how to do grounded theory, how to do exploratory theory, or how to do case study. Those are theoretical underpinnings. No? And factoring also the other processes that goes with it. The fifth is support the development of research questions, hypotheses, or arguments. Now, in doing the theoretical framework, you will create these things: RQ, hypotheses, and arguments. When you will do your theoretical underpinning, that is the basis of establishing the RQ. Pero sa akin, baligtad. No? Baligtarin mo hanapin mo muna yung objective mo bago ka gumawa ng RQ mo. No? That way, it is easier for you to find inconsistencies in your research itself and make it coherent or cohesive. No? Hindi mo ma-twist, hindi mo masira-sira yung theoretical framework underpinning hanggang sa hypothesis. Kasi nga, dati mo lang alam kung anong weakness ng study mo. No, isadya mo. Alam mo na yung gaps mo Bakit mo pa ipapakita? So those are the objectives of doing literature review. No? Hanggang 9:30 ba tayo? Now, sorry mahaba. Key quality issues associated with systematic literature review. For systematic review, you need to look at the bias, replicability, credibility, quality of evidence, elimination of low-quality studies, team effort, time-intensive, and robustness. Hindi robustness, robustness. Tukin ko kayo. Ayusin yung English nyo. No? Hindi robustness, robustness. Now, in looking for biases, please be fair. Be fair in doing the literature review. If you want to do a systematic literature review. Second is replicability. This is what I am always saying on my students in research. The study should be replicable. Ibig sabihin, it can be done by another researcher. It can be repeated by another researcher. That the epistemologic contribution of your paper dapat kayang gawin din ng iba. Hindi yung pahirapan mo ng pahirapan yung ano mo, yung RRL mo, even conducting the method. Third is credibility. Again, self-explanatory. Quality of evidence. You check on the level of quality and as well as sometimes they do the international impact of the study. So those things, even national impact of the study. You know, a good example is identifying a new species of a bird, lizard. Langgam, ganun. Yung mga yun. Because, the importance of it, ano pa yung mahanap doon? No? Ano ba ang role ng bird na yun sa ecosystem? So, you think on the larger point of view. No? So, in quality of evidence, we need to see the magnitude of the study that has been done. Elimination of low quality studies. So, tanggalin nyo. No? Halimbawa, Facebook post, bawal yan. Ha? Bawal yan sa RRL. No? Kung may mag-RRL lang na Facebook, kukurutin ko, ha? You do not place blogs. Not place blogs. Let's make it scientific as possible. Bachelor of Science kayo, hindi kayo, sa gilid-gilid lang na professional. Bachelor of Science kayo dito, ha? So, bawal ang Facebook na RRL. Migil kayo. 6 is what you will do now in RM. Mag-team effort kayo. The RRL should be team effort. And the more the reviewers, the better quality of RRL. The more reviewers. Pero ang problema, kung mag-isa ka lang, babalik ka sa una. May malaking bias na mangyayari, subjectivity. 7 is time intensive. A good systematic literature review is a time intensive process. Matagal gawin. Matagal gawin. Bakit matagal gawin? Mabilis ba magbasa? Yung requirement pa naman sa inyo, 20. Konti pa lang yun. Konti pa lang yun actually. Pwede kong dagdagan ng 20 pa para magandang RRL ninyo. Require ko na lang na kaya niyo yan. Teamwork naman pwede na hanggang 9:30 tayo na. Papanik naman ako. Kala ko si 8:56 na. Time intensive. It consumes a lot of time. Ikaw ba naman magbasa ng isang literature pa lang Ang ginagawa ko kasi kahit sa bus ganyan. 40 pages basahin ko sa isang upuan lang. Kaya kong basahin. Kasi nga parang novel siya May bagong na-discover na dinosaur. Ganito. Ganda to meron. May ganun. Nahanap niya sa tabi ng ilog. Tabi ng ilog, tapos na-drain yung dam. Nag-drain yung dam kasi, tapos may nahanap sila na nakaganyan na siyempre patay na. Ganyan. Kitang-kita yung fins niya. Fin ba? Flippers pala. Hindi fin. Flippers niya. Tapos yung buntot niya. Talagang buo siya, pati yung head niya. No? So, yun. Binasa-basa ko ng isang upuan lang. Ang ganda. Ganyan. No? Punta kayo sa Science Direct kasi ang gaganda ng mga research. Kaya hindi ko matapos-tapos yung Lord of the Rings ko na libro. Ano pa yun? Yung kay Miguel de Cervantes niya. Hindi, for Harry Potter. Tapos ko na yun. Binabasa ko na, hindi ko matapos-tapos. Si Don Quixote, hindi ko matapos-tapos. Pati yung Les Miserables ko, hindi ko matapos-tapos. Kasi, ang ganda. Makita mo sa ang ganda to Sahin mo na. Storbo. Pero maganda. And another is the robustness. No? Robustness. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo mawasak na research. Talagang establish siya na understanding. The level of robustness can be seen on the quality of the paper as well as the authority of who did it. You know, one of the authorities in linguistics is Noam Chomsky. Kilala niyo to? Noam Chomsky. He is a linguist as well as a critic. Ang dami na nilang na-publish na research. Kaya kung yan ang mga nagsulat tapos i-publish nila sa journal, matik na yan. Sila Lawrence Reed, ganun. Basta mga established scientists talaga. So, the level of robustness depends on the experience also of the writer. Kung saan galing. So, kung titignan nyo, if you do your academic research, you try to find those things. No? Para makakita kayo ng mga latest development in the science. Oh, the science of architecture. Ang unfair nga eh. Kasi, wag na. May magsumbong na. Pagod tumayo. Now, what is the difference between a systematic literature review against a traditional literature review? Now, I want you to understand that there is what we call a traditional literature review. First, more on qualitative ang traditional literature review. The second is a literature review that is traditional is more on informal and more on narrative. Quali na nga siya, informal pa siya, tsaka narrative in nature. Nagpupenta lang. So that is traditional. Traditional method in literature review. The third is they are less rigorous and comprehensive compared to systematic literature review. Now, a traditional literature review, pasada lang yan. No? Paano ang pasada sa English? Passable. Passive. Yes, passive. Passive literature review. It is passive. Hindi siya active. No? Passive in a way that hindi siya malalim yung pag-analyze doon sa literature. No? And the fourth is there are biases in the traditional way of literature. Nagbasa ka lang ito lang yung natatandaan ko. So if you ask me what I think about something, or my opinion about something, I will just tell you what I know. No? But it's better for you to verify it. Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo lagi, wala ka lang sa sinasabi ko. It's better for you to verify it yourselves. No? Hindi ako authority, wala na akong PhD. Wala akong expertise. No? Gandun lang.
Walang kaya.
Alipin sa gigilid lang ako. Ay, ano tayo? So ano naman ang systematic literature review? SLR. Sorry, late reply. No? SLR. Now, systematic or SLR is more structured. More structured. So, more structured and comprehensive, and then you synthesize it in the end. When we say synthesizing it in the end, 20 na literature yan, isa-summarize mo sa baba. Paano na interconnected lahat ng literature na nabasa mo? Clear? For example, 20 literatures that you reviewed, all of the methods, all of the objectives, all of the results, you summarize them. Then, in the end, the 20 literatures should be summarized. In paragraph form. Wala naman bullet form. No, independent. SLR is rigorous and transparent. Now, when we say rigorous, it involves so much time as well as academic resources in doing it. That's why we have this we are very fortunate that we are under an academic institution. So you can use your connection as an academic institution as a student in creating your accounts in academic journals. Sometimes ginagawa yun ng mga estudyante. Yung mga nagla-login, ganun, kasi estudyante pa sila. You can be provided with free access. In Mapua, we have an access in Elsevier Science Direct. So until today, I still use it, Elsevier Science Direct. Now, rigorous in a way that you really studied it, you read it. That's why it's important for you, class, to enrich your English vocabulary. Because most of researches are written in English. No? But sometimes countries like Japan and Spain and France, they write in their own language. No? But most of academic research is written in English. So you need to understand that. Huh? And transparent in a way that hindi ka nagsisinungaling. You are not merely just writing for the sake of submitting the literature review. No. You are transparent in a way that this is what I understood, this is what I write. And finally, it is most of the time evidence-based. No? Evidence-based yan. So, we are limiting our literature review in scientific papers, in academic papers, not on Facebook. No? Hindi mo alam, troll pala yung account. Conforme, pinapost, gawin mo literature review. Hindi pwede. No? Hindi pwede. Ang maganda kasi pagka-research, pagka-evidence-based, gagamitin yan ginagamit yan ng especially policy makers. No? Why is it that CHED has these policies on college education? Because they read the current understanding in academic research. Actually, a new approach was introduced to us instructors last year. Dapat student-centered ang approach in studying. No? So, I welcome questions. Pwede niyo akong questionin. No? Questionin niyo lang ako. Now, what are the characteristics of a systematic literature review? Structured method, comprehensive search, you have a critical appraisal, you have a synthesis of findings, transparent reporting, and replicability. Huh? Okay lang kayo. Kaya nyo pa. Kaya pa, ha? Now, structured methodology is showing a predefined protocol that outlines the search strategy, inclusion and exclusion criteria, data extraction methods, and analysis procedures. So those things should be found in your literature review. Actually, this could be included in the literature matrix. Nakagawa na kayo ng literature matrix. Gumawa na kayo, experience niya, yung tabulator ng literature review.
Yes.
Nantok ka? Second is comprehensive search. You try to find all of the relevant studies that being conducted. So, hanapin nyo sa ResearchGate para wala nang rason. Ha? Hanapin nyo sa Google Scholar, hanapin nyo sa ResearchGate, academia.edu, ano pa? ProQuest, yung mga ganun na sources. No? Because sometimes indexing of of literatures are difficult to be found in the internet. So hanapin niyo sila mano-mano, no, in the internet. Kayo kung punta kayo library pa, you can do that. And a good example of a literature search engine is Research Rabbit. No, na-sample ko na ba sa inyo Research Rabbit? No. Then you criticize it. An SLR has a critical appraisal. No, you criticize it. Do not be afraid, no, to identify the gaps inside the research. Do not be afraid. Ito nga nakita ko. Sulat mo. No? Then synthesis of findings. I've already told you that. Then transparent reporting and replicability. The same. Transparent SLR would be to show everything. No? To show everything, even the gaps, even the weakness of a certain literature. And including the strong points of the literature. No? Maganda ito kasi, no, this is a good reference because that is a way of showing replicability, showing transparency in reporting your SLR. Sorry, late reply. No. Siyempre, differentiate natin sila. Nakikita nyo? Sorry ha. Ganito ang kaibahan nila. Hindi ko na papamemorize yan. Hindi ko na papamemorize yan. So, ito yung aspects ng literature review. Ito ang traditional, ito ang SLR, systematic. So, ang traditional, may lack defined method. Sa systematic, structured siya. In replicability, may not provide sufficient information for replication. But in systematic, it should be replicable. No? In as much as possible, pwedeng ulitin ng student, pwedeng ulitin ng other researchers. Why is it that we need to replicate? You know, in 2022, there is a scientist who doctored his data in a field of Alzheimer's disease. Dinoktor niya. Paano nalaman na na-doktor? You know how? They replicated his method. His method was placed in the paper that he published. They replicated. Ang nangyari na-discover nila na hindi tugma yung lumilitaw na data. So that is an example. So that is the importance of replicability. No? Kita mo kung sino nagdo-doktor ng data. May PhD pero nagdo-doktor ng Doctor of Doctoring. Okay. The third is bias reduction. In traditional, it could be subjective, no? But in the systematic, ito yung minawarn ko. Paano ba ang warn sa Tagalog? Babala. Basta nga. Threat naman ang banta ko. Ito yung binabalaan ko kayo lagi. No? In bias reduction, please, in your research, do not look for things that you are looking for. When I say that, you reduce your bias in finding data that supports your claim. That is what we call confirmatory bias. Ibig sabihin, gusto niyo lang na makita yung data kasi sinusupport niyo yung idea niyo. You understand me? Paano kung nakahanap yung panelist mo ng data that is opposing your idea? No? You include things that are opposing to the idea. So reduce the bias. You reduce the bias through transparent and rigorous methods in doing your literature review. Sa coverage, in a comprehensive coverage, it could be limited. Tawa ko ha? Cover. Coverage. Coverage na din. Karabaw, English na tayo. Sa systematic, broad siya. Broad yung scope. That's why, in page 11, 100 yung literature review mo. In my master's is, yung reference ko 99. Kaya, di ako umabot sa level ng page 99. Hindi ko naman sinadya. No? 99. Broad yung hanapin nyo na literature review, no, na literature. When you say broad, you find as much literature as possible. Kahit na magpasa kayo sa 20, very good. 10 over 10 na kayo. 100 over 100. Because you are trying to find literature that supports or opposes your idea. The fifth is level of evidence. Now, level of evidence, especially in scientific papers, is one of the most important things or essential things that should be reported in your RRL. Because they can criticize your method. They can criticize the instrument that you use. Dito kasi sa Pilipinas, wala tayong ganong instrumento na ginagamit. Even software. No? That's why we are limited to qualitative methods. But in Europe, my friend, talaga, mag-selfie siya yan. Doon yung instrumento sa likod yung lalaki. Analytical chemistry. So in reporting literature reviews, it can include the instruments that were used. No? Because that instrument is the one that processes the data. That is the one that processes the information. No? Why is it important? You know, in the field of architectural conservation, they use radioactive isotopes in looking for paintings, in looking for history of restoration. When I say history of restoration, ma-identify nila kung ano dito ang original na palitada. Kayang-kaya nilang i-x-ray. Sa DPWH, may instrumento na ganun noon. Ini-x-ray ang pader kung may bakal. Si Engineer Barilla, yung tatay ni Sir Ernio, magkasama kami niyan nung nagpa-pulse resonation kami sa mga beam. Ganyan yung beam. I-report niya yung travel ng pulse in between beams. Doon mo makikita kung may crack o wala. Kaya, huwag yung isipin na pumasok ako sa academy, dumbbell ako ha. Those are instruments that we use, scientific instruments. And we report. We do drawings based on the findings. That's why my thinking is structured. Hindi yung baka ganun, hindi. We are evidence-based. The process is evidence-based. Kasi kung mali yung pag-process mo ng data mo, it could affect the lives of people. Na? So be careful always. Ha? Kayo maniniwala kayo. Sa time commitment naman, sa traditional RRL, mabilis. Mabilis lang. Tak, gano'n. Sa systematic, very thorough. Kalabaw. Very thorough. Very thorough yung RRL. Team effort, Sa traditional can be conducted or may be conducted by an individual. Sino nag-individual ito? Bang individual ka? Bahala ka na. In systematic, oras na. 20. My God. And focus on quality, no? Sa team effort class, of course, mas maraming reviewers ng literature, better. No? The more the reviewers of literatures, the better. No? You could have differing opinions, differing stances or stand on a certain literature, and that way you can fill in gaps of your understanding. No? The person that could find a weakness in a literature versus a person who failed to find the weakness. So yun yung purpose niyo. Kayo naman na mag-literature review, huwag kayong imot sa teammates niyo. Ha? Ay, mali yan. Do not be afraid. Or, this is my understanding in the literature. So those things can be done. Ha? Maalala ko yung nag-peer review kami. Alam niyo Google Docs, right? Alam niyo Google Docs. 6 kami na gumawa ng article. Kaya lang, tagal na-publish 1.5 year na-publish na. No? 6 kami. Ayan. This is not ganito. Then what it is? Ganun sa Google, yun ang kagandahan ng Google Docs kahit hindi kayo magkakasama. You just need the internet to the check of the work of each other. So, yun. Huwag niyo sabihin na hindi ko na experience yung ganyan. I do research talaga. I do research for breakfast. Sana tayo. Focus on quality. You focus on quality. Now, again, traditional no, traditional you may find things that are not really connected, then you just place it in the literature review. That is a traditional, but systematic is different. It focuses on quality. Quality of the paper, quality of the method, quality of the instrument, quality of the analysis. 9 minutes na lang. So, ano ang standardized methods natin sa RRL? Meron tayong tinatawag na PRISMA, Cochrane Collaboration, Systematic Approach, Transparency, Comprehensive Coverage, Quality Assessment, Collaboration, and Replicability. Actually, this happens in architectural design. Cochrane collaboration is used in health design. The design for healthcare facilities. Cochrane collaboration. Ang PRISMA, ginagamit din yan in architectural RRLs. Even methodologies are included in PRISMA. No? Ito na yung step by step ng SLR. Define the RQ, yung research strategy nyo, screen and selection, you extract data, you assess the quality, synthesize the findings, critical evaluation, report writing, citation and referencing, review and revision. Define RQ. There should be no there should be no limit on literature review. Nung oras na ba? Ha? Yung? Ah, tiga.